Hi guys, welcome to Music Business Today, where we bring you the latest music business news.
Today we're going to be talking a little bit about the rap artist that passed away a couple months ago, Kris Kelly, as well as some MGMT for you, a little bit about Pharrell's latest issues, and a local artist spotlight, so stick around.
Bandwidth for today's show is brought to you by SoftLayer.com. We love SoftLayer here at Talkapolis. They are the greatest hosting company ever. They make everything easy. Check out their website at SoftLayer.com. Thanks again for sponsoring the show.
Welcome back to Music Business Today, everyone. I am Hannah Renee.
And I'm Kane Harrison. We're going to kick it off with the 90s rap duo Kris Kross. And Kris Kelly of that duo has passed away. He allegedly, I guess, passed away due to a drug overdose.
Yeah, well, I remember talking about his passing away back in May, because I believe that was on May 1st when that happened. But they recently, released the info that from the autopsy and everything, they did find drugs in his system, and they have, declared that it was because of a drug overdose that he passed away. And his mom had said that, she believed him to be struggling with drugs and was on heroin and cocaine at the time. So. Yeah. Yeah,
pretty sad news. But and 34 only as well. So
yeah,
I don't
so
know.
Young.
I kind of remember Kris Kross growing up, but then they kind of went away. I wasn't sure if they branched off or did anything else after that. But still pretty tragic circumstances to die under at 34 after that career. So. Yeah.
Well, sad news. On to other news. Pharrell, as I was recently informed. Did I pronounce that right?
Yeah, you absolutely
did. Good. He's seeking a court ruling on the trademark case because he wants to trademark himself as I Am Other. But apparently there's been issues because that's very similar to Will.i.am's brand. So.
And I think that's what it's all about. Yeah. They're just trying to brand themselves as artists, which then, once you create a massive brand like Will.i.am, it's, the sales and all that sort of stuff through clothing lines.
You don't want someone infringing on that. And I mean, it's very similar in the sense that I am is all lowercase. And then with I Am Other, I Am is all lowercase. He just omits, periods and stuff. But I can see where there would be issues with the trademark, and feeling like that's infringing upon his trademark. So I'm curious to see what ends up happening, with court, what they decide.
I think that, and as that Pharrell sort of said, this is just the process of something that we have to go through to get this all done. And it's probably more the legalities of the lawyers getting at each other's throat for a while than the two superstars doing that. But, Will.i.am, it'd be pretty hard to infringe on his brand anyway, just for the fact that everybody knows who he is. And, a lot of people know who Pharrell is as well, except you, of course, but...
No. You're not supposed to tell them that.
So I think I Am Other, I think it'll just sort of go away. I think everything will be fine, but they do have to go through the legalities of it all. So moving on to MGMT, who are about to release another album. They released an album called Congratulations, I believe, back in 2010. And they're just saying that they're far more comfortable with the release of this one.
Yeah.
So I guess they felt a bit of pressure and a bit of paranoia that set in from the last one.
Yeah, well, they weren't fully, established with who they were, as a duo and with everything on their first album. But I think now, they've got more experience under their belt in performing and more experience, in making music. They just feel much more comfortable in themselves as artists.
Yeah.
Creating this new album. So.
Well, and they said that with the last album, it was such an intense time with coming off touring and all that sort of thing as well. And then just, I guess, the pressure. And a lot of the times you can be on tour and actually not know how big your brand is growing until you get off tour, and then all of a sudden, this is what's happened. So, pretty incredible. Hopefully their new album is successful.
I really liked their other music. I really enjoy them. Yeah. I enjoy the music. It's got great, beats to it. It's catchy. So I'm excited to see what this next album will be. When is that? That's due out later this year. September 17th is when that album's due out. So stay tuned. Avril Lavigne and Chad Kroeger, did I say that right?
You did.
Okay, good. I'm the worst at pronouncing names. They tied the knot apparently on Monday, which is Canada Day, which was part of the reason why they decided to tie the knot on that day. It was a significant day, as in that was when they had their first date, and then that was also Canada Day, and of course they're both Canadians.
Yes.
This is Avril's second marriage at 27, and this is Chad's first marriage at 37.
Wow.
So I'm curious to see, how the couple
out.
works out. And I mean, that's kind of interesting to me that this is his first marriage. So who knows? Maybe it'll actually last for a while. He's clearly waited.
Obviously. I mean,
for marriage. So
been super busy forever, of course, because they've been so successful.
That would definitely affect
and
it.
they're massive in America, massive globally, but they are massive in Canada, like a massive band.
Oh, yeah,
Avril,
sure.
I mean, we don't hear a lot from her nowadays, but she writes a lot for a whole bunch of people. She's written for Kelly Clarkson and a whole bunch of people. So, hopefully it's all great. They got married in the south of France, so they kind of escaped and left.
I bet that was beautiful.
Yeah, I bet it was awesome. It's really
well,
cool.
Congratulations to you guys for your marriage.
And
it's
let's
exciting.
hope they stick it out. I actually thought it was, I heard that they were engaged, whenever it was last year. And I kind of had to check into it because I thought, there's no way. I just seem the most unlikely couple in the world. And we've got pictures of them up here, and they just still look so unlikely. It's just weird. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't get it. Moving along to some country music news now, and Florida Georgia Line, who have absolutely been killing it since they've had their debut.
They have.
Album come out, and their very first single, which was Cruise, is breaking all kinds of records. It's been 17 weeks at the #1 position on the Billboard Hot Country Song Charts, and that's the longest any song has held its spot in 50 years.
Yeah, so they're breaking that record after 50 years.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And if it holds on for another 5 weeks, I think then it becomes the longest ever.
Yeah, because right now the longest ever, there's a couple tied at 21 weeks, I believe.
Yeah.
So if it can hold on a little bit longer, it'll beat out all of those. So I guess we'll see what the next 5 weeks hold for them, if they're able to keep it.
They've had another 2 singles that have come off that album as well, which were also big hits. But what happened with this one is that it was a massive hit and it kind of went away for a little bit. Then Nelly jumped on board and they did the remix.
Which was a smart move for them to keep it up there.
Absolutely, and it crossed it sort of over like they like to do now. And also, because Nelly got up and played with them at one of the award shows that was just recently on. And
BET maybe?
I'm not sure
I know
what it
that
was,
was recently.
so obviously that gave it another good boost, and they were off again. So they're currently out on tour with Thompson Square and Luke Bryan on his Dirt Road Diaries tour, but I mean, it's just on the up and up for Florida Georgia Line.
They're a great duo from what I've had. Friends of mine have had interactions with them that are, within the music industry, and they have nothing but positive things to say about them. Yeah. So, they're nice guys in general, and
on a great
so it's
label,
great that they're doing well.
So they're doing everything right. I'm sure they know exactly what they're doing. So that's cool.
Well, this week for our local artist spotlight, a good friend of mine, actually, I'm really excited for her. She called me up yesterday with the news. We kind of had a girl moment together. But she is actually going to be, her name is Kate Beckett. She's going to be opening up for Ben Folds, Bare Naked Ladies, and Guster at the Woods at Fontanelle on July 13th. I believe the show starts at 5 o'clock. So that's really exciting. One of our local artists getting up there and opening up for those guys. Yeah. So if you want to go see that show, you should go see it. Go purchase your tickets. I don't think they're sold out at this point, and I'm sure it'll be a really great show and some good local music as well as other great bands. So,
and we're definitely going to continue to highlight, have our Nashville spotlight. So if you guys have anyone that you think we should mention, just make sure you reach out to us, and we'll put them in their own little spotlight on the show. But that's about all we've got time for in this music business today. So as you can check us all out on Facebook and Twitter and the Talkapolis website.
Our phone app. Don't forget to check out the phone app.
The phone app, which is awesome. But we'll see you guys next time. Thanks so much.
Talkapolis, the social media TV network for your city.